there, YouTube! Scott here, live on location in my kitchen, to bring you an instant review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, this is going to be probably shorter than my other reviews, I hope, because that is an hour-long show, and I don't think I can summarize it all in one video. So hopefully this will be more of a review deal. First off, it was inevitable that this show would be compared to WandaVision because they came out around the same time and they're both continuations of the MCU. But this show has swung far from the tone of WandaVision. It's very grounded in reality, a little bit dark. Apart from a very high-octane fight scene right at the beginning, there's really no superhero or fantastical elements to it. You do see Red Wing, though, which is nice. Like I said, it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but the two of them, they aren't even, working together at the beginning. You see Falcon getting back to his family. Apparently he grew up on a boat in Louisiana, and his sister took over their parents' fishing business and is working as hard as she can just to keep from having to sell the boat. Except that she's at the point where she's about to give in, and Falcon's like, no, we'll go to the bank, we'll get a loan, we'll try to expand the business and make a little more money out of it. And that's where it gets super real, because Falcon is an Avenger and a literal superhero, but there isn't enough documentation and proof of his income for the bank to guarantee them a loan. And the look on Anthony Mackie's face when he realizes that, he's fought enemies these people would never dream of, and, he got snapped out of existence. I'm still calling it the snap, not the blip. And despite all that, he can't do something as simple as get a bank loan. It's a really touching, powerful scene, and it resonates pretty hard this day and age. On the other side, we have Bucky, who is, unsurprisingly, in therapy, because at this point, Bucky Barnes kind of needs, all the therapy. And somehow they found a therapist who's competent enough to handle the psychological problems of being a 106-year-old former assassin who was brainwashed by a terrorist organization. So, good for him. Now, he's not doing everything he should. He's not telling her about the dreams he's still having, the nightmares about murdering people, especially ones who didn't deserve it. He is, however, trying to make amends for some of the people that he's wronged, and to take out some of his former Hydra associates who are still out and about in the world. He's not trying really to make friends. At one point, the therapist takes his phone and sees that he's been ducking all of Sam's calls. And it's really weird that they're separated like this. But, side note, it's 2023, post-Snap, and Bucky Barnes has a flip phone? Why? One other thing he's doing is trying to date. We actually see him on a date with a woman, and everything kind of looks like it's going well until he realizes that he might have killed the son of a friend of his. And I don't think he knows how to tell him yet. So, just get another layer to add to his psychological toll. Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan are doing really well so far, and I'm curious, obviously, as to when they're going to team up, and what it's going to have to do with this organization that apparently showed up in the world after the snap happened, but between the time that it happened and was reversed, when people were getting used to the idea of everybody working together and being, I think, kind of like a worldwide nation-state with no borders, so there's no separate countries. And you see a bank robbery that's set up by a group of some kind led by a man wearing a mask with a red handprint on it. And there's a whole group of his followers or whatever who are wearing similar masks, and they help him to pull this bank robbery off. And obviously it's Marvel, so it's going to be way more complex than just that. And I'm intrigued to see what happens. And I will let you know what happens in the next video. So, until then, see you next time.